Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I have a bit of a book haul. It's not too bad. I did go on a little bit of a book buying spree slightly. I saw a couple of authors, which of course gave me their books. I have a couple gifted ones. It's a little hodgepodge of things. So I'm going to start with the books I bought on Independent Bookseller Day, which was this previous weekend. It was like the last weekend in April. I wouldn't say we have an independent bookstore per se in my city. We have, I don't know, it's a cafe, bookstore, marketplace, boutique-ish. I'm not sure what the identity is, but they sell books. So I went and picked up a couple of them. First one is Waltrud. This is by Tammy Borden. It's a local author. It's also signed in here somewhere. There it is. And it is a World War II historical fiction growing up in Nazi Germany. And it's her story. So I picked that one up, as well as another local author who wrote The Empress of Ireland. It is the reimagining of a real-life tragedy, the sinking of the Empress of Ireland, a Titanic-sized ocean liner that went down in 1914 with the lost 1,000 lives. So I kind of just went to my local author shelf at the store and picked up these two just for something different. So I am excited to read both of them. Then let's see, a couple of books I picked up because of author events I went to. So I did go and see Hannah Morrissey and picked up her newest book at an author event that I think I hauled already. But she had mentioned that one of the books that she thinks that has been sticking with her the longest and really kind of creeps her out is Look Closer by David Ellis. I don't know anything really about this. Don't want to know anything about this. I'm just kind of trusting her. So I picked this up off of Pango. I'm pretty sure, like, literally as we were sitting there. So I'm gonna give that a try and see what scares Hannah Morrissey. And then I also had the awesome privilege of seeing Geneva Rose. This is her newest book, The Perfect Divorce. This is the sequel to The Perfect Marriage. Absolutely fell in love with her. She's like cute as a button, and it was amazing. So she came to a city close by. It sounds like either grew up or lives or has some sort of tie to this area. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'm going to. So she came back, did a little speak. There was so many people there. It was amazing. It was so fun. And we got the Barnes & Noble latest edition of it because it was at Barnes & Noble. And then they are all signed right there. And then we got some extra goodies, like, come on, right? And then a few other like stickers. So really excited to get to this one as well. Might be one of the next ones I pick up because I keep thinking about it and I want to get back into it. So very excited to have that one. All right. A couple of books that were gifted to me. This one came from my friend Nicole, Never Let You Go. It's a Chevy Stevens novel. I need to continue to read Chevy Stevens to zero because I absolutely love her books. This one follows a character named Lindsey. She escaped into the night with her young daughter. Her ex-husband was sent to jail. Now he's being released, and it seems like there's a little bit of he's coming back into their lives. So we'll give that a shot. Sarah sent me a couple of books. One of them I already kind of showed. It's the new Ashley Winston, but she also sent me this behemoth, Hold Strong by Robert Dugoni. This one is also the same author as The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hell, which I absolutely loved. This one follows Sam. She comes from a small town in Minnesota. She's a codebreaker. He's a POW. In Love and War, they hold strong. So he becomes a POW, and then Sarah is a codebreaker. Sarah. So, there's maps. Very interested in this story as well. It looks like it's broken up into a couple of different parts. Yeah, so there's that one. I have not heard anything about it. It just came out in January, so I'm excited about that one. Thank you, Sarah. And then Lindsey Kramer, who's one of my subscribers, sent me her book that she just released. This is The Addiction of Us. We follow two main characters. We have Pippa, who's kind of got her life figured out. She's going to school at Harvard, to medical school, and she kind of moves away and she's like living the dream. But then she has Brian, who was very close to her in her life, who she left, who is struggling. So she comes back home and she kind of has this torn, like, do I help him? How can I help him? What do I put on hold type of a thing. So I'm excited to give that a read. So thank you, Lindsey, for sending me that. All right. The next few I picked up at an adult an adult book fair. I had higher hopes for it, but it wasn't a total waste because I picked up 3 books I'm excited for, and I learned about a really cute independent bookstore that's not that far from me that I want to check out. So all in all, was a success. Was it worth the half-hour drive in there? Maybe not, but it was fine. First one I picked up is The Glass Ocean. This is by Beatrice Williams, Lauren Willig, and Karen White. We have 2 timelines, 2013 and 1915. It is being blurbed as a thriller, maybe historical thriller. So we'll see. Oh, and it involves traveling on the Lusitania. I'm like, I knew there was something in there. So I'm excited for that one. This one, The Last Flight by Beatrice Williams. I'm kind of collecting all the Beatrice Williams books because I'm officially obsessed with her as an author. This one is a story of a lost pilot and a wartime photographer that in 1947. So excited for that as well. And then another historical fiction, it must have been my mood I was in that day, Light Changes Everything by Nancy E. Turner. Nancy E. Turner wrote These Is My Words, which is a book I read a long time ago and absolutely fell in love with. And so I'm super excited to find another book by her. Summer of 1907, we have Mary in Arizona Territory and her sister. They sneak banned Jane Austen novels from their aunt, which I kind of love. But then we meet an old-fashioned suitor, Aubrey, is there to whisk 17-year-old Mary Pearl off her feet with a forbidden kiss and hasty engagement. As autumn approaches all too quickly, she gets an acceptance to college and now has to make a decision what she wants to do. So excited for that. And then there was a day, I believe I was with Emily. We were, I want to say, at a basketball tournament, and we had some time to kill. So we stopped at a Half Price Books, because why not? She is an enabler when it comes to me in book buying because she loves it just as much as I do. So I go right to their clearance section, and this specific one that I go to in Milwaukee has a decent clearance section. I tend to find good stuff on there. So for $3, I found The Snowman by Joe Nesbo. I haven't read any books by him yet, but I've heard this is like mega creepy, and I'm kind of here for it. I also found The Housekeepers by Alex Hay, and this book, I swear, has never been read, and it was $3. Mrs. King is not an ordinary housekeeper. Born into a world of con artists and thieves, she's made herself respectable, running the grandest home in Mayfair. The place is packed with treasures, a glittering symbol of wealth and power, and dark secrets lost in the shadows. When she suddenly is dismissed from her position, she recruits an eclectic group of women to join in her revenge. Their plan, on the night of the house's highly anticipated costume ball, set to be the most wonderful event of the year, they're going to rob it and take all of those possessions. So, very interesting premise. Was kind of here for it. And then I picked up one other one, The Good Left Undone by Adriana Trigiani. This one follows Matilda. She's always been her own person, very outspoken, very unique. She faces the end of her life and is determined to share a long-held secret with her family about her mother's great love story with her childhood friend, Silvio, and with dashing Scottish sea captain John, the father Matilda never knew. Kind of here for that as well. Then, let's see, I got a couple of my book subscription boxes came in the mail. From Book of the Month, I picked up Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. I'm here to help. I'm your friend. You can trust me. Sounds like you can't. So, feels thrillerish. Love it. Can't wait to read that one. And then I was subscribed to the Dog Pack book subscription from Dog-Eared Books they're in Ames, Iowa. And the book that was sent to me was Oh Sinners by Nicole Cuffey. At first I saw this and I'm like, I'm not going to like this. Which this is totally me judging a book by its cover, but then I kind of looked into it a little bit more. And a young journalist reeling from loss investigates a mysterious cult in the California redwoods, only to be drawn in by its charismatic leader. And they ask that asks why people give up control and what it takes ultimately to find one's place in the world. So as soon as I saw that it was a culty book, I was like, maybe I will enjoy this more than I thought. So excited for that one. And I should put a link below. If you do subscribe to them, they're super sweet. You get a handwritten note, kind of about the book, and then stickers that go along with the book, and it comes wrapped like beautifully. It's fantastic. I love them. And then I did buy a couple of brand new ones because I can't stand not being part of the hype. I picked up Sunrise of the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This one follows Haymitch's story. If you know the Hunger Games story at all, and you know Haymitch, this is his story and his when he was in the Hunger Games. And I've been hearing really fantastic things about it. I just need to get through Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes first. It's all right. Kind of fell for the hype on Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. This one, I believe, follows Beth and her husband Frank are happily married. Their relationship relies on their past staying buried. But when Beth's brother-in-law shoots a dog going after their sheep, Beth doesn't realize that the gunshot will alter the course of their lives. The dog belonged to none other than Gabriel, the man Beth loved as a teenager, and it sounds like it kind of comes back into their lives. So I've again heard great things. And then I had to round out my Geneva Rose collection. And this was the one I didn't have. Home is Where the Bodies Are. Again, don't know much about it. Chilling family thriller about the sometimes literal skeletons in the closet. But I've heard this is one of her good ones. So I read Perfect Marriage, which I enjoyed. And then I read You Shouldn't Have Come Here, which I absolutely hated. Not good. And since then I've been kind of like, I don't know if I should keep going. But then when I heard Geneva talk and You Shouldn't Have Come Here is very different from her other books, I was like, okay, I need to give some other ones a try. So I grabbed this one, and then I obviously have The Perfect Divorce. So we're going to pop back into Geneva's world with a few of them. So not too bad of a book haul, I don't think. I'm also in the process of really clearing off my shelves, which I'm thinking about filming. So if you would like me to film me going kind of shelf by shelf and clearing them off, put a camera emoji in the comments, because I'm thinking about doing that because it's just getting a little much. Otherwise, if you don't want to see that, just put a book emoji and that'll be the way of voting. So, but anything I take off my shelves, I'm going to put on my Pango shop, and that'll be linked below as well. So kind of keep an eye on that because they'll be adding things here and there as we go through it. So we're going to go make some room for these. Excited to get to all of them, as always. If you've read any of them and want to chat about them in the comments, I'd love to talk books. Otherwise, just add an emoji to let me know you were here. Or share with me the newest book that you picked up. I would love to know because I'll add it to my list. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.